got Poppy, and I'm gonna go through all of her commands and where she's at right now and their criteria. Yep. Sit. Heeling means that she's next to me. Her collar should not be further ahead than the seam of my pants. Sit. And it shouldn't be behind. She shouldn't be more than 8 inches away from my leg. She should be next to me, but not necessarily touching me. She should change pace with me. She should turn with me. I shouldn't have to make turns around her. If I want to turn left, I should be able to turn left and she kind of gets out of my way. Feel? Like that. And I don't have to make this big like, oh, I'm turning left, okay? If I want to turn left, I'm gonna turn left. And it's her job to get out of the way. Heel. If I stop, she should automatically sit next to me. If she's not perfectly straight, that's okay, but that's what we're aiming for. Heel. Sit. There we go, good job, that's more better. Good job, girl. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit more to show you. Heel. Good girl. So when she got distracted and took that wide turn, I just tapped on the e-collar. Tap, 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 tap. Sit. Good girl. Just helping her with the leash. When I want to start walking, I just say heel and start walking. I don't have to wait for her to start moving. Heel. Good. Heel. Heel. Tap, 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 tap. There's no nose on the ground. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Sit. So this is the issue I'm having. I turned it up a little bit and I'm not sure she's feeling it. So I'm gonna check. This collar doesn't tell me. So I just have to kind of guess. So usually she works on a 7-8, so I'm up to a 12 right now. Another rule of heeling is that she's not allowed to put her nose on the ground. So if she does, I'll tap and say heel, or I'll help pop with the collar. Good girl. Heel. Heel. That's a good girl. That's it. Good job. Tap, tap, tap. Good girl. That's it. Heel. Heel. Good job. Good girl. Beautiful. Now we do the sit stay. I say sit and I leave. I don't say sit. Good. I don't say stay. I don't do anything else. It's just sit. 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 So I tapped and corrected there. Now she's laying down. Sit. Because we've worked really hard on the down, so it's very rewarding for her. Sit. Good girl. Sit. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Sit. That's how you correct. As soon as she got up, I started tapping. Bring her back to about where I had her in the first place. Bring. Bring her back to about the place where I had her in the first place, and then try that scenario again. So whatever it was that she messed up with or made a mistake, we just work on that until she succeeds and I can reward. Good girl. Sit. Good job. Sit. Sit. So I tap right there and I help her up with the leash. Sit. That's the sit stay. the other ones in a sec.
Lily's turn. Hello. Heel.
Good job. Lily's on a level 6. She's a little more sensitive than Poppy, but again, I think it might be because she gets better contact on average than Poppy does. Yep. If you hear me say a command, I'm stimming at the same time. Tap, 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 heel. Good job, babe. Heel. Sit. So that way, good girl. And you can interrupt the scratching. So I hope you guys both watched Poppy's first. Tap, tap. Because with Lily, I'm going to explain less about what the criteria are and show you kind of how to use the e-collar and how I communicate with them. I'm going to tap with every single command. Heel. Good girl. Heel. Tap, tap. Good girl. I can warn them before I turn, or if she gets ahead of me, tap, 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 tap. Good job. Tap, tap, tap. There you go. Good girl. Tap, tap. So she's the one that puts her nose down a little more. Tap. Good girl. Good job. Yoop. Yoop. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Tap, tap. Open those feet. Lift them back up. Got a puppy in there howling, which is hilarious. Good job! Good girl! Look, good girl! Yoop. Tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Yoop. Oh, no. Yoop. No, yoop. She sees Tegan over there with a dog, and she decided to bark. So we'll deal with that. Yoop. Yoop. Good girl. So I turned it up to 12, which doesn't affect her demeanor, but does cut through the noise of the other dog. Good girl. So I don't care if she looks. I just want her, but the job is the bigger focus. Yoop. Tap, tap, tap. Yes, good girl. You can reward her when she checks back in. Heel. Heel. Good girl. Sit. Heel. Sit. Heel. Sit. So she wanted to turn and look at this other dog. Tap, tap. Good girl. Down. Down. Good, yeah. Free. I'm not going to reward her for that because I had to remind her. Down. That one. That one. Down. Same criteria for the down as the sit stay. I don't say stay. No, down. No, down. I come back with Daisy. Okay, hang on. So even though she didn't get up, I can say with a no, down, because barking is not part of the command. Good girl. I could say free here and then she'd be done. I could click the clicker and she'd come and collect food and also be done being down, or I could say heel, heel. Tap, 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 sit, tap, tap, sit, good. Stays are her forte. Staying concentrated on the job while healing is a little harder for her. Heel. Tap. Good job, babe. Heel. Sit, tap, heel, sit. So in another week, I think I could get her healing so much more solid. Nope, nope, you can interrupt scratching. Good girl, good girl. I can get her healing so much more solid, and I can get Poppy just more evenly spread out in general, right? So, and I'd like to get them off of these e-collars. So this one is what they're on now, and it has two little wings. Here, I'll put her on place and I'll show you. Place. Good girl. So now she's on place. She's on place over here. So these collars have these little wings like this so that it kind of helps part the hair, so we have contact here and here. That being said, that's the only point of contact, and as you can see, it can be it can be a little bit more uncomfortable. So I'm going to show you guys. Place. I'm going to show you guys the difference. The other thing about this one is that it has to be kind of snug, because if it's loose and this loses contact or slips on the fur or something, then we've lost it, okay? So it has to be pretty snug and pretty tight. And then with her especially, she gets a little about it. But that's kind of what that looks like. So I'm gonna show you in a little bit what the other ones look like. Criteria of down, down. For every command, you say the command only once. If she doesn't do it, you can repeat the command with a stim, or you can just stim. You can stim and help with the leash, or just help with the leash. Lots of options. When you give the initial command, you can do it with or without stim, but at first you guys are going to be using stim with every single command. Good girl. But you say it once. Then you don't say stay, you just say down. You can leave. Do things. Move around. Down. Like that. And she shouldn't really move. So when you're with the sit, you always watch the rear end, and you want the rear end to stay where you put it, but they shouldn't twirl around. Shh, JC, thank you. With the down, I watch the elbows down. So like that wasn't good. So I want to see that their elbows are put where I want them to be. That's a lot of commitment.
Hello, good job.
Good girl. Down. moderately long stay. So 15 minutes to an hour you can maintain a down stay. I call it the brunch stay. Sit, you usually like no more than 3, 4, 5 minutes. Place, however, place. Oh. Place. There you go. Place. And you just repeat the command instead of saying stay. Place is a longer term stay. She could be there for the duration of a movie. During the workday for a few hours, she could hang out on place. Harry, that's enough. Oh wait, that's not Harry, that's the puppy. With place, she can do whatever she wants. She can sit, stand, lie down, roll around, chew a bone, play with a Kong. If the bone or the Kong falls off the bed, she's SOL. She can't go and get it. So basically the rules are just stay there in whatever position is most comfortable for you. I don't care. You can't bark, you can't chew on the bed, and you can't leave unless I tell you you can. You can tell them they can by saying free, by calling them, or clicking the clicker. But she can't leave unless told to do so. That's the basics of those 2 stays. She's a good girl. She's good at staying.